Hi guys, it's great to see you. So today I'm going to be looking at your first steps into vintage racing on Assetto Corsa. So we know Assetto Corsa has some great era specific cars, but especially the 60s there are some great mods and I'm going to show you those today. That's the car mods and some of the best tracks. As ever, if you are new here, it would be great to have you on board, so do check out the rest of the channel and see what else I've been up to on Assetto Corsa and other sim racing. And remember to click on that notification button, it will get you notified of all the latest video releases. To start off with then, let's get one of the best 1960s car packs available at the moment. And this is the 1960s GPL 1500 mod by Bazza. So this is the Ferrari out of that pack. These cars are all based on the Lotus 25 in the Dream Pack 3, so you do need that to install this mod. But this mod is absolutely beautiful. This Ferrari is the Ferrari 156. This is the 1961 version. There is also a 1961 Cooper Climax, a 1962 Brabham Climax, a 1962 Lotus Climax 25, the 1962 Porsche 804, and the 1964 Ferrari 158. The level of quality and details on this car are absolutely top notch. So this is the pack to get, and this is the 1500cc. These are just around 200 brake horsepower, and I know Baz has tuned them to make sure you get some really close racing. So we're on the Spa 1966 version 1.1 track here, and again I will put all the links in the description below. The Spa track is one of the most famous in motorsport, and we all know it so well. This version is one of the layouts from 1939 to 1978 and it's 14.1 kilometers long. Spa actually opened in 1921. As you can see, I'm running CSP 1.74 on here with Sol Extra PP filter and it looks absolutely delicious. This is fantastic. This open world racing is really exciting, and obviously all these cars are very well matched as well. So this is Spa 1966 and this is one of my first on the list to download. After Spa, the next track to download is the Nürburgring. Of course it is. This is from 1965, version 1. So the Nürburgring opened in 1927, and as we know, it's the longest racing circuit in motorsport. It's had lots of different iterations though, and this version is very, very good. As you can see, open world racing on one of the most intense, complicated tracks in motorsport is going to be really, really good. With all the spray kicking up from the CSP version that I've got running here as well, it looks really great, and this is absolutely essential racing. Whenever I drive the cars or tracks from this era, especially with these kind of intense rain effects on, it really brings home to me just how brave these racers were. As we know, in the 1960s lots of racers lost their lives, and these were instrumental in all the changes then that were being made in the 1970s and 80s to not only slow cars down but to make sure that all the tracks were a lot more safe. Driving these open wheel cars in this kind of racing on these tracks with no barriers was very dangerous, so jumping into these mods you can get a real sense and feel of what this must have been like. So jump in guys, grab the mods and test yourself against the 1965 Nürburgring. This is an absolute essential download for the 1960 racers. The next track is something very different but still very cool, and this is AINTREE in Liverpool, England, version 2. So this track actually opened in 1954 and it's a 2.47 kilometre or 1.5 mile track, and as you can see it's got some great landmarks around it. This is perfect for trying out these 1960s GPL cars too. If you do want to test yourself against the very best on this track, the lap time record was actually set in 1962 by none other than Jim Clark. That was in a Lotus 25 Climax, and that's 1 minute 55. This track has some very unique challenges and a lot of big walls as well, and do watch out for the gates, guys. You'll know what I mean when you've actually driven it. So this is AINTREE in Liverpool version 2, an absolute other essential. The next track on the list is one of my favourites, and this is Fuji Speedway. This is the 1968 track, and this is version 1.1. So this is the track that was originally opened in 1965 and ran to 1974. And of course Fuji Speedway is sat in the foothills of Mount Fuji. The actual mod here is very, very well done, and as you can see, the track is very broad. It's a very quick track, it's quite technical, and this is great fun in these GPL 1500 cars. Now that we've sampled all the real world delights of these 1960s tracks, the next one is a bit out of left field. So I drove a lot of tracks for this video, but this is my best fictional track. So this is Hobsbury version 1.1. So this has a real retro feel to it, and that's how it was designed. It's great for these open wheeled races. As you can see, the graphics and all the decals and banners and boards etc. are fantastic too. But the main reason for downloading is just how good a racing circuit this is. This is great for that wheel-to-wheel racing in these 200 brake horsepower GPL cars. It's quite a bumpy track, it's got lots of fast straights on it and great for overtaking, but it is quite a thin track too, so there are some accidents, but that's what it's all about. So absolutely on your list, this is Hobsbury version 1.1. Guys, if you do want to take your first steps into open-wheeled 1960s racing, these are great packs. So we've got the GPL 1500 by Baza, that's all the cars that you can see on here, and then we've got these 5 great circuits, and I know you're going to have a lot of fun with them. I will be covering more vintage tracks and mods in the coming weeks and months, so do keep an eye on the channel for those videos. And thank you guys so much for watching today. I would also like to give a big thank you to all the modders that make all of this possible. And as ever guys, make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you like the video. It really helps me out with YouTube. I'll see you soon guys.